Freaky Friday! How we doing, everybody? We're back, late night edition with this man, Sammy the Man McIntyre, with Moving the Chains podcast. How are we doing? We're shipping up to Boston! Hey! That's the mood that the Patriots are feeling today, and it got me feeling nicey because, I gotta be honest, watching that game last night, I'm kind of starting to root for the Patriots. Not because I'm a Patriot fan, because of Mike Vrabel, the badass, tough guy, pack his dip in, get the skull out. Woo! God, it made me feel good last night. Two teams, one in a great direction, the other, holy shit, awful. Just terrible. So I want to start with that. So last night, and the game, my score prediction, 27-14, turned out right. Coincidence, right? I don't know how it did, but it did. So Jets got smashed last night by the Patriots, 27-14, like I predicted for the game. And last night, I'll start with the Jets. I know we're going to hear this until the draft season, until next year. The Jets just need a quarterback, man. They're right there. No, they're not. They've got a long way to go. Listen, you could be bad in this business, in football, mainly in the NFL. There's bad ownership everywhere, okay? Did the Washington Commanders, why were they so bad? Well, they never had right coaches, shitty ownership, and what happened? They got the right coach, they got a good offensive coordinator, kick ass, take names, bang, they're NFC Championship game. Well, why do they suck this year? Well, their quarterback's hurt, What do you want? And I'm watching, the New England was like this before. And I'll get to them in a second, but I'm trying to draw parallels here. The Patriots got good because they hired Mike Vrabel, they brought back Josh McDaniels, and they got a great quarterback, kicking ass, take names. And I'll get to them in a second. But the Jets, you just can't overcome this. I mean, the ownership's bad. They could draft 100 first-rounders. They can have 100 first-round picks. It ain't going to matter because they cannot get the one position right in all sports, and that's quarterback. And listen, when they signed Justin Fields, a little crazy, right? I knew, he was in Chicago, got drafted, was in Pittsburgh pretty well, and I feel for the kid. I've mentioned this before, so I want to do revisions history, but I feel bad for the kid. He's never had a great offensive coach that kind of tailor-made his talents because he's not a great passer. And the Jets are doing him a disservice by making him drop back, be like this Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen clone. He's not that. So the Jets are doing a terrible job at not getting it, like knowing what the strengths is and hiding his weaknesses. And the Jets, I don't get it. Listen, he's not an NFL quarterback, and he's got limitations. But the one thing what Justin Fields has is really good athlete, fantastic athlete, and a really good deep ball. But the problem with that is I'm watching on the other side of the field, Drake May, he's layering. When there's a great pass breakup, there was last night with a couple of the Jets guys early on in the game. He was dropping that ball like a seed. It just was like in the breadbasket right there. And Justin Fields, it's the exact opposite, where it's just like 99-mile-an-hour fastball on like a 5-yard out. He just doesn't have there's no feel to it. But the Jets did a terrible job. Terrible. And first of all, they gave him $40 million, which is stupid. The second thing is, they didn't do anything to help this kid. And what I mean by that is, you tailor-made his offense like a Lamar Jackson, like somebody like that, right? You tailor-made his talent so he can be great. And you're doing the exact opposite. You're making him drop back and see the field. He can't see the field. I'm just being honest right now. He doesn't see it. We're week 11 in this thing, and he's still struggling, okay? Some guys, there's get a guy, don't get a guy. He doesn't get it, And I feel for the kid because I like Justin Fields, and I was guilty. I bought into him when he came out of Ohio State. I'm like, holy shit. I would have drafted Trevor Lawrence. One, he was going one regardless. And number two, the Jets should have taken Zach Wilson now. Or Jets should have taken Justin Fields to Zach Wilson. But, Mac Jones had a great rookie year, faded. Josh McDaniels left to go coach the Raiders. Don't get me started. But my point is, he got there, right? And fit so matters with quarterback. Had Justin Fields gone like an Andy Reid or some shit, he'd be awesome. because they tailor-made his talents. And the Jets have done a terrible job at not putting this kid in success. And this is what happens with shitty organizations. The Jets have failed again and again and again. And it doesn't matter what you do every other position. If you don't get the quarterback right, you're fucked. And they are fucked. And they could draft Mendoza, they could draft Ty Simpson. I don't know what you do with the Jets. Because that's the offense side of the part. That's terrible. And they look like a Navy out there. They're running these options, 38. I mean, it's horrible. It's terrible football. But on the flip side, their defense, good God. I mean, the one thing we can knock Saleh for, and he wasn't fit to be a coach, I got all that. But in the 3 years he was there as a Jets head coach, top 5 defenses. Now, a little overrated. We can argue that till we're blue in the face. But my point is, their defense were always top 5. They played hard. I mean, they played fast. They never quit. I mean, at times they did. But the times I watched, they were there. And I'm looking at these numbers today. I was listening to Colin Cowherd today like I do most days. And I always find little nuggets for you guys to kind of pick apart. And it's great having you guys on. And I wrote these down. 63% completion percentage. Opposing quarterbacks against the Jets this year. Okay? Aaron Glenn was known for his defensive prowess. He comes into the Jets and detonates this thing. 63% completion percentage. 2,100 yards given up. 18 touchdowns. No picks. And 104 passer rating. What have you done? This defense is horrible. So it went backwards. So this is on the Jets. And I just think with Aaron Glenn, I don't think he's cut out for it. And I heard a quote today. This is Cowherd's line, and I just thought it was funny. It's like the guy took over McDonald's. He can't even get the french fries right. I mean, that's literally what it is. Because I'm watching the Jets. And listen, they got some players. I'm not disputing that. But I'm watching the Jets. And I'm going, got some talent. Will McDonald. They're past, they got players. But he detonated this whole thing. And now, you want me to expect the Jets nail those picks. They can nail those picks all day. But until you get the quarterback right and do it right way and not ruin it like you're doing Justin Fields, but he's a limited player anyways, but you're not putting this guy up to succeed. Now, Mark Sanchez, when he got to the Jets, was the last Jet quarterback that actually was decent when he came in. Yeah, he got overdrafted. We could debate that. But they kind of eased him in. And I feel like a lot of these times with the Jets, they don't ease these guys in. And I get it's New York, it's big market, New Jersey, but, in that ballpark, it's bad right now. And I don't know what the Jets do from here on out. It's just bad. It's bad news Bears. Same shit. I said it a year ago. It feels like the same shit again. Jets just can't get out of their own way. I feel for them because they got talent. I'm rooting for Joe Tippmann. I'm rooting for Breece Hall. I'm rooting for Garrett Wilson. It's just bad right now. And you can't fix dysfunction, man. You could try and get past bad ownership, but you got to get the coach right. I mean, the Jets haven't got the coach right. I thought Saul was the right guy. We could argue if he was in over his head, but I never disputed that Saleh's defenses were pretty good. Top 5. The 3 years he was there. And you got rid of him. It didn't make sense to me. It's just stupid shit football. And the Jets, like these New York teams, don't know what the fuck they're doing. They don't. Stupid shit, stupid prizes. The more you fuck around, the more you find out. The less you fuck around, the less you find out. So, it's bad in New York, man. I don't know what the Jets do from here on out. It's not good. But I want to flip on the other side because I'm shipping up the Boston. Hey! New England Patriots are for real. And that's a team, that I said, I predicted for a year. They're going to finish second in division, and they're going to surprise some people. And darn it, they're doing that right now. And I got to tell you, it starts with the head coach. Mike Vrabel, my coach of the year. I'm telling you right now, I would give it to him. Because he had to take over a shithole the last 4 years in New England. Now, listen, it ended poorly with Belichick, belly dumbass, because he didn't adjust and do anything right. He was just a stubborn prick, okay? We could argue that. There were some rumors he was going to come back, coaching the league. Okay. It's one thing coaching and dating a 20-year-old. I don't want him taking over my quarterback. Okay? First year, Mac Jones, great. Other than that, shit show. But I will say this last night. That Patriot team, I screw with. Because, and Adam Black knows it better than anybody, the biggest Patriot fan I know. and Cameron Robb, another Patriot fan. But my point is, I'm watching this New England team last night, and how about Will Campbell? Oh, I was right again. I said it when they drafted him. Feels like a Mike Vrabel guy. Badass, big program guy, tough, physical, gonna fight for your quarterback. I'm watching him last night, kicking ass and taking names, protecting Drake May's blind side. I love this kid. And listen, he got beat a couple times, and he had some holdings and all that. I don't care about any of that. What I care about is protect this guy's quarterback. He's mean. He's nasty in the run game. I'm all for it. That guy's one of my favorite players in football. I loved him coming out last year, one of my favorite players of the draft, and he's becoming one of my favorite players. I'm going to have to get a Will Campbell shirt. Who knows? Because he's a badass and he's a tough guy. But I will say this with Drake May. He's balling, man. And it's the synergy with him and McDaniels. Listen, Josh McDaniels is a terrible head coach. He was a prick and he was an asshole. But there's one thing that this guy can do. Coordinate offense. And I thought it was a weird fit. He always worked with Brady. Mac Jones, first year was great, and then he shipped off to the Raiders. And now he's back in New England. And he's a number 2 guy for sure. But that synergy he has with Drake May and McDaniels. And here's the thing with this Patriots offense nobody's talking about. Because everybody's talking about the defense, and they got like 8 dudes, rotational guys that have been cut. They know how that feels, right? To not feel wanted. And New England makes them feel wanted. But this offense, they're not just thinking and dunking. They're going back to the Patriot days pre-Brady. I'm not saying this 07 Patriots here. They don't got Randy Moss and Wes Welker and Dante Saul all lined up. I'm not disputing that. They don't. But what I'm pointing out is the way they're getting matchups, the formations, the shifts, the motions, the eye candy, it's fantastic. And once again, this feels like the Chargers last year when I watched the Patriots. First year head coach, building the culture, getting that down, and then he's going to build this football team step by step. And I'm feeling that with New England right now. They are physical. They're tough. I mean, you better watch out because they're going to be better. If you're putting stock in a 5-year team, next 5 years, who I take, Patriots, Chargers, buy it all. Because I'm telling you, they got the coach right. They got the quarterback right. I feel like if Drake May continues on this trajectory, who knows? That's a projection. But the way that he's shooting up like a rocket ship right now, I don't doubt it. And if McDaniel stays, which I believe he will, you keep continuing this thing, keep building weapons around him. I mean, I'm watching. Travion Henderson's a dog, man. 5 touchdowns last 4.5 days. Fantastic. Diggs is turned into a new man. I kind of thought, him getting hurt. ACL, not great. He's balling, found new life. Matt Collins gives him a deep threat. A little weird with the not wearing shoes and barefoot, whatever, besides the point. A little pet peeve of mine. Well, the point is, he's balling. And then Hunter Henry's, I've always liked him coming out of Arkansas. Good player with the Chargers. Goes to New England. He's been a really productive player. Solid. B tight end. The offensive line's getting better. And they put money into it. They invested in time into it. And I just feel like right now I'm watching New England. And I'm sold, man. Mainly because of that coach, that quarterback, and that offensive coordinator. Synergy all around. And New England, listen, we can bitch all day. And listen, I hated the Patriots and they were winning, kicking ass for taking names for 20 years. But last night, to me, also sent a message to the Bills. Looking at the Bills going, oh, you had this division for 3 years. Didn't take advantage of it. We're back. Yeah, we're going to kick your ass, Buffalo. We got a quarterback that is equally as good as Josh Allen, and their coach is better than yours. So, keep an eye on that, because I felt like Buffalo had that window for a little bit to take this over, and now New England's back, and they're back better than ever. 4th in the NFL in turnover differential. They're fantastic. They're 9-2. They got 10 days rest. They're going to get 13 wins easy. And they're going to get a home playoff game. Watch out. You really trust? I don't know. I'm going down the list here of teams I think that could go be in the playoffs. Bo Nix? Nah. Fraud. Hello, fraud alert. Yep, Denver Broncos. Cool. Bye. Good talk. I'm trying to rattle off names here. Who would beat New England? Not a lot. And because of that coach, that quarterback, and that ownership, fantastic. Drake May deserves credit, but it also matters where you land. You know, just saying. But fantastic win by New England last night. I love watching this team. I'm just a big fan of Vrabel. Titans were dumb, but hey, Vrabel took a year off, learned his lesson, and it's just fantastic. And I'm happy for the Patriots for finally getting back to winning. It just felt like a bleak day up in Foxborough for 4 years, near the end of Bill's run. Gerard Mayo just in over his head, and now they look like a complete and utter right football team with the right guy in charge in Mike fucking Vrabel, baby. All right, so I want to touch on one other thing I heard today while I was on my break at work. So the New York Giants job is open. It's open right now. Now, my take is there's a couple guys that I would think that could take it. I know Lane is open. Could he do it? Maybe because of Jackson Dart connection. I don't see it. I think Lane's staying in college. I just have that gut feeling. He tried it. Didn't work out with the Raiders. Different time. Wrong place, wrong time. He could go back, take a little stab at it, but I highly doubt it. Mike McCarthy's available. That would be my first call. Now, look, I know Mike McCarthy got a bad rap. I know, he won a Super Bowl. Brett Favre, Aaron Rodgers. Yeah, we could argue that he failed a little bit in Green Bay and underachieved. That's fair, and I dispute that. That's not disagreement. But he's coached quarterbacks. Got Cooper Rush 5-1 a couple years ago when Dak was hurt. Got Dak Prescott, 3 12-win seasons. Now, he did lose those 2 playoff games at home, which was embarrassing. Not disputing that. But if you want a stabilizer, he's had to deal with big brands. Green Bay, Dallas. And Giants feel like a big brand. Even though, when they've been winning, they're a big brand. Giants are a big deal. When they're humming and they're winning games, they're winning. Now, they're a boring franchise. I've heard sometimes the accounting firm in the NFL and kind of boring. Go to sleep. I've heard that. But I will argue McCarthy can deal with big brands. He dealt with it. Now Green Bay's not like big city vibes, but they have a big brand, right? There's Packer fans everywhere. Cowboys are a big brand. And then the Giants. So that would be a guy I would go towards. Mike McCarthy. He can get the quarterback position right. He's coached every different one. Dak Prescott, Aaron Rodgers deal with personalities all day. Mike McCarthy would be a call. Marcus Freeman, I heard, that's not going to happen. I highly doubt he'll leave Notre Dame. Could, but I think he's happy where he's at. Notre Dame's kicking ass, taking names. I'm so happy we got Marcus Freeman as head coach of Notre Dame Fighting Irish. Go Notre. Here come the Irish. And then the other ones I've heard are, that's about it. Now, if I'm the Giants, I lean offense because you got Jackson Dart and there's some building pieces there. It's an attractive job. It is. New York City, Malik Neighbors, Andrew Thomas. The front four's pretty solid. You got to get Dexter Lawrence playing back to that level that he was last year. But that's a really solid job. I would take that job right now over if there was, another job. I don't know what job's going to be open next year, but that would be an attractive job. So keep your eye on the Giants. I do think they have the pieces in place to work. They just got to get the right coach in place who can get Jackson Dart to be up to that potential. Are you high on him? Are you not? I don't know. So keep an eye on that. Some intrigue. I just thought I would throw that out there and give my 2 cents on the Giants coaching search. So hope you guys are doing well. Freaky Friday. Hope you guys are doing well. We got content all weekend. College football tomorrow. I can't wait. Adios. Godspeed.